Hi, when you design your MIS pack, I want you to think about it in three distinct pillars because most founders only build one of these and wonder why their MIS still feels incomplete. The first is financial MIS, your P&L trend over time, your cash position, your burn rate and runway, and your receivables and payables aging. This is the pillar most people default to because it's closest to the accounting data you already have. The second is operational MIS, unit economics, your sales pipeline, and production or capacity utilization if you're a manufacturing or asset heavy business. This is the pillar that actually explains why your financial numbers are moving the way they are. And the third is variance MIS, budget versus actual, prior period comparison, forecast versus actual. This is the pillar that turns your MIS from a rear view mirror into something genuinely predictive because it forces you to compare what happened against what you expected and understand the gap. Most founders only build the first pillar, financial MIS, and stop there. In our experience, the ones who race faster and run tighter operations are the ones who build all three because together they give you the full picture, not just what happened, but why and whether it matches the plan. Now, not every metric matters at every stage, and this is where I see founders either over engineer their MIS with metrics that don't apply yet, or under engineer it and miss the ones that actually matter for where they are. At pre-seed or MVP stage, keep it simple. Focus on burn rate, runway, and early customer acquisition cost signals. You don't need cohort retention curves yet. You need to know how many months you have left. At seed stage, the focus shifts to MRR or ARR growth, unit economics, and churn. Because now investors want to see that you understand your engine, not just your survival runway. At Series A and beyond, you should be tracking gross margin trend, LTV to CAC ratio, and cohort retention in real depth. Because at this stage, investors are underwriting a growth trajectory, not just a concept. And for MSMEs and more established non-venture backed businesses, the focus shifts entirely. Working capital cycle, receivables aging, and margin by product line become the metrics that actually drive decisions and determine your access to credit. My advice, match your KPIs to your stage. Don't just copy a template you found online or borrow what a SaaS founder friend is tracking if you're running a manufacturing business. It won't tell you what you actually need to know. Hi, here's what a monthly MIS pack can look like at a glance. Cash balance, burn rate, runway in months, revenue versus budget, gross margin, and receivables days, all on one page, designed so that anyone on your team or on your board can scan it and understand where the business stands within 5 minutes. Notice what's not here. There's no 40-line spreadsheet, no dense wall of numbers. That's deliberate. The goal of a dashboard like this isn't to show everything you're capable of measuring. It's to surface the handful of numbers that actually change how you'd act tomorrow morning. If your cash balance dropped, or your runway shortened, or your receivables days crept up, you'd want to know immediately, not after digging through 15 tabs. It's designed to be read in 5 minutes, not because the underlying work is simple, but because good MIS design does the hard work of synthesis for you, so the reading is easy. And that leads directly into the most important point I want to make today, which is about how often you're actually looking at numbers like this.